My stepdad's shocking birthday gift, the hidden camera in my room that changed everything. Imagine discovering a hidden camera in your own room. A birthday gift from someone you trusted. My 18th birthday was supposed to be a memorable day, but it turned into a nightmare. My stepdad, Josh, who had recently married my mum, gifted me a pink wall clock with strawberry decals. It seemed like a sweet gesture, but what I discovered hidden inside changed everything. I'm 18 and live with my mum and stepdad. My mum married Josh 6 months ago after a rough divorce from my dad, who had an affair. It was a messy situation, and now neither of us has any contact with my dad. Josh has been a family friend for as long as I can remember. Growing up, I called him Uncle Josh, and he was always around, so it was a bit of an adjustment seeing him as my stepfather. But I liked him, and he made my mum happy, so I went with it. On my birthday, I came home to a surprise party thrown by my mom and Josh. I was thrilled with the concert tickets they got me, as I'd been saving up for ages to buy one. Later, after the party, Josh came to my room with one more gift, the pink wall clock. It was cute and matched my room's decor, but it seemed underwhelming compared to the tickets. Nevertheless, I thanked him and placed it on my study table. As I was lying in bed, my best friend insisted I take a picture of the clock and send it to her. I was too lazy to get out of bed, so I stretched out to snap a quick photo. That's when I noticed something strange, a small bluish light on the clock. Curious, I did a quick search on Google and used my phone's front camera to check again. To my horror, I realized that the clock had a hidden camera inside. I was in shock. Why would Josh give me something like that? The thought that someone might have been watching me made me feel sick. I immediately threw the clock in the trash and called my best friend, who was just as freaked out as I was. We spent the night trying to figure out what to do next. We even found the same clock listed on a shady website that sold all kinds of surveillance gadgets. The thought that other items in my room, like stuffed animals, could also have hidden cameras made me feel even worse. The next morning, my mum woke me up, furious that I had thrown away the clock. She accused me of being ungrateful, and in my confusion and fear, I blurted out that Josh was lucky I wasn't reporting him to the police. My mum lost it and slapped me, a first in my life. She demanded I apologize to Josh, but I refused and stormed out of the house, heading to my best friend's place. While I was at my friend's house, I started getting calls and texts from both my mum and Josh. They were apologizing, saying they should have given me a chance to explain. My mum told me that the clock was actually picked out by Josh's new assistant, Peter, who had been working for him for a few months. She said they wanted to call the cops on Peter but needed my permission first. After some thought, I decided to hear my mum out. She explained that Josh had trusted Peter to pick out the gift, not knowing it had a hidden camera. Josh even showed me the text between him and Peter, which seemed innocent enough. Josh was devastated that he had unknowingly put me in such a position and was willing to do anything to make it right. We decided to go to the police. They took the situation seriously, and after a thorough investigation, Peter was arrested for invasion of privacy and related crimes. Josh was cleared of any wrongdoing, and while the whole experience was incredibly traumatic, I'm grateful that justice is being served. It's been a draining day, and I honestly can't wait for all of this to be over. My mum and Josh have been amazing, really supportive and giving me the space I need to process everything. We've even hired a lawyer, who I'll be meeting tomorrow. I'll try to keep you all updated, but it might take a little time. I need to process everything that's happening and wait for more concrete developments before I share them. Now let's jump to the next big update. 4 months later. I know it's been a while and I'm sorry for the delay, but life has been crazy busy. First off, Peter was found guilty. We decided to press charges against him, and he didn't even put up a fight. He admitted to buying that creepy camera clock without Josh's knowledge, all to spy on me. Thankfully, there was no evidence of him doing anything similar in the past, especially when I was a minor. When Peter first started working for Josh, he didn't even bother to delete his search history. The police found the site where he bought the surveillance device on his computer. And it gets worse. They discovered that he was following me on almost all my social media accounts using fake IDs. I had no clue, and finding out was seriously creepy. Peter admitted that he had a crush on me from the moment he first saw me. This is beyond disturbing because he was a grown man, and I was just 17 at the time. Thankfully, the police didn't find any evidence of him doing anything except following me on social media while I was still a minor.
He said he knew he couldn't approach me directly, so when Josh asked him to pick out a present, he came up with this disgusting plan. I don't even want to think about what could have happened if I hadn't noticed that camera that night. Since Peter had no prior convictions or criminal charges, this was treated as a misdemeanor rather than a felony. Despite our efforts to push for a felony charge, he only spent a few days in jail before getting bailed out. I'm pretty disappointed with how things turned out, but at least his actions are permanently on his record. That's the only silver lining I can find in all of this. Over the past few months, I've been focusing on school and getting into college. I'm also going to therapy to deal with the trauma of what happened. I'm so grateful to have my mum, Amy, and Josh supporting me through all of this. Thank you for sticking with me through this journey. Your support means the world.